Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another randomized gaming video. My name is Random Gamer Riven and I am going to be your host for this randomized gaming stream. Yes, I will be streaming Spiderman tonight. Apologies, I've just muted the music a second because it's got the background song of Spiderman. So I don't think it causes copyright IDs, but I just want to be sure. So just to introduce you, this is Spiderman. This was the 2000 game, developed by Neversoft, Netherrealm. Let me just grab that. Not Netherrealm. Just grab the manual for a second. Yes, hello Nico, thanks for joining the stream. Yes, it is probably one of the best Spider-Man games out there. There's the Mega Drive one, a few others. So this is Marvel, Activision, Treyarch did the Dreamcast port, Neversoft did the original PS1 version that this is ported off. It is certainly one of the best Spider-Man games out there, so it's definitely, if you've never played it, I highly recommend it. It does support VGA as well. I think annoyingly, it was one of those games that is 50 Hz only if you don't have a CRT, unless you use something like an Exploder or the guy from Tony Hawk. Yeah, there was... the guys from yeah, and ironically Treyarch did this. So Neversoft with Tony Hawk, weren't they? And then Treyarch did the Dreamcast port, and Treyarch these days do Call of Duty. So this did actually get a sequel as well, but the sequel was only released on PS1, but the sequel's very good as well. So yeah, this is all the comic collections. I just want to avoid the Spider-Man theme, so you're not going to hear that too much in the background. There's no actual music at this point. So yeah, just you've got a movie viewer as well. I don't want to spoil the exposition. We've got character viewer. I'm just gonna. So Stan Lee does do some introductions in this, which is quite nice. In the game covers. Ah yes, you get the game cover. So they actually did like special cover like artwork for the game itself, which looks really nice. It's a really, really well presented Spider-Man game, and it is, as Nico said there, one of the best Spider-Man games out there. It's weird. Spider-Man has had a real hit and miss selection of games. You had the one on the Mega Drive that was very good. You have some of the early ones. You have Maximum Carnage on the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive, which is absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of other Spider-Man games during the 16-bit era. So there's the infamous Web of Fire on the 32X. It's incredibly expensive. There's one, I think, just called Spider-Man on the SNES that's a bit meh. There's there's at least 4 Spider-Man games on the SNES, at least. There's X-Men Arcades as well. Did Spider-Man and X-Men in Arcades Revenge, I think it was. There is one that was only released in Japan on the SNES. On the Mega Drive, you had the Spider-Man. You also got the Mega CD version, and the Mega CD version had a load of additional content. Not seen the Mega Drive version, so the Mega CD version was better. There's just a whole host of games, and Spider-Man ironically cropped up in Revenge of Shinobi as well on the Mega Drive, and then the PS1. I think this was the first proper one of the PS1 Sega Saturn era, and this is by far one of the best examples, probably one of the best 3D ones. Admittedly, the newer 3D ones, the ones they did based on the films, were actually pretty good as well. So the first one of them was basically open world, swinging around the city. That was good, but I think I preferred this comic book one. I think arguably to date, this may even be the best Spider-Man game made. Admittedly, it's not a very long game. You can finish it in a couple of hours, but there's a whole host of costumes to unlock and comic books to obtain, as you can see here. So you've got your game cover collection. There's a comic collection of some of the more legendary issues, a movie viewer, and there's a character viewer. I'm just going to shut up for a minute because Stan Lee introduces the various costumes. I've just raised the volume a bit as well.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the Amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall-crawling and web-slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around. Our mild-mannered, highly intelligent, sometimes neurotic hero of the game. Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends who knows his true identity. Now reformed, Dr. Otto Octavius is using his scientific knowledge for the good of humanity. One of Parker's photojournalistic rivals, Brock blames Parker for his bad reputation as a reporter. Add one alien symbiote, and you've got Venom. Not too friendly indeed. Doesn't he know that crime doesn't pay, especially with Spidey around?
Yes, so it's a really
Shut up.
really poignant stuff with this sort of stuff now that Stanley has sadly passed away. And there was nothing from Steve Ditko, who was the illustrator of Spider-Man. He largely, I think, left Marvel. I think a lot of the artists I know had disputes with Stan Lee over the years, so and inevitably a lot of the people responsible for a lot of the characters did end up leaving Marvel. But without further ado, let's jump into the game. So we've got easy, normal, or hard. Kid
mode. Kid mode.
Yeah, we won't be doing kids mode. I think I beat this on hard before. I'm tempted to stick this on hard.
Kid mode. Kid mode.
I'll do it on normal though. It's been a while since I played. Actually, no. Before I do that, I'm going to do training. Selected amount of time. It has been some time since I played through this as well. I was actually practicing at Sega Rally earlier. I dug up my save file and actually got the best car because I realised Sega Rally 2 you cannot you basically need in arcade mode, you need one of the better cars to actually win. See the lovely visuals. I actually first played this on PC, but I seem to recall I didn't actually get it until the Dreamcast. But this did get quite a nice PC version as well. You can replay the game in what if mode. I think I vaguely remember what you're talking about. It's been such a long time since I did this though. It has been, again, this is another game I haven't played in yonks. This is actually one of those games on Dreamcast that I finished and never played again, I'll be honest. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't a very long game. So another shot. You don't get a lot of time with this, you just literally got to beat them up quickly without getting defeated. Quite a great selection of moves as well.
I'm getting too old for this.
New record, 7 defeats. You've been testing the power optimization on Star Ocean 3. Interesting. I must admit, there's a lot of the Square Enix games, the power optimizations are a little bit odd, I think. But please do tell. I've never really tested. I can't say your knowledge of PS stuff when it comes to PS2 stuff when it comes to optimization. Nyko is much better than mine, as I haven't really researched it that much. So do tell, what have you found then? I know. Hi there, Artorica. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, this is my copy from back in the day, still with its pre-owned P's dotted all over. So let's quick back to the training menu. If you ever bought a game from Electronic Boutique in the UK, they used to scribble. a P on the disc, and it was so infuriating.
I'm gonna crush you.
There you are. Take that. What color do you bleed? Take that.
Got green gold. Just trying to see which of the villains you got with
What color do you bleed?
the target training. Got green goblin. There's one. There's Venom. There's hobgoblin. No, oops, didn't want to do that. That was Thing I hit. Interestingly, Spider-Man originally first appeared in, was it the Amazing Fantastic? And there's infamously one, I think he actually appeared in one where he tried to be a member of the Fantastic Four. Tried to join. Here's another world.
I'm gonna kill you.
Sandman. So yeah, that's Morpheus. Ah, so it's- You've got lots of different moves as well, and I need to. So that's Aunt May. Mystique. It's actually spot the characters if you know them. Quite a lot of the big main characters. So that's Mysterio, Aunt May, Morpheus. Yeah, there's quite a few. Sega made quite a few Spider-Man games. Atari. I finished. We've done a long play of the arcade one. There were quite a few good ones. There's the Sega arcade game, which I didn't mention earlier. You've got the original Mega Drive one as well. They did, and then there's about 3 or 4 on SNES. There was a Japanese only one. There's the infamous Web of Fires on the 32X, which is ridiculously expensive, and loads more. So, and this is probably one of the best early ones. As it was certainly probably the best of the 3D ones. I think one of the best 3D. Yeah, I think everyone sort of seems to like it as the 3D one. Nico, Angie both say you both enjoy it, and I'll agree. It was definitely one of the best 3D. I think it had the right mix of comic book and action, different scenes. So here we go.
It's the light that will cut through the darkness. When humanity conforms to a single truth, a truth based in technological progress and scientific method, we will be unstoppable. I, Dr. Otto Octavius, vow as a scientist and businessman that my duties to humankind will be fulfilled. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, nice words, Octavius. If these executives knew you the way I do, I wonder if they'd be so quick to applaud.
Just keep shooting, Eddie. When J. Jonah Jameson sees these photos, my career is gonna be right back on track.
Checkpoint 1, where's your 20?
Just backstage, all is...
Who dares? Face me, coward! Face a worthy foe. Spider-Man?
Last time I checked, I was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? What's he doing?
Gotta get into my costume and take out this imposter. I can't get free of this crowd.
Can't get a shot. Jameson would pay any price to get this kind of dirt on Spider-Man. Who?
That was Eddie Brock.
Who the? He looked familiar, but... whatever. Stay focused, Brock. He's stealing Octavius's device. Oh, no! He sees me! My camera! No! Ah, it's over. It's all over. I blew it again. Oh, I can hear Jameson's voice already.
Brock, you loser! If I had given a real photographer that job, I would finally have the evidence to send Spider-Man away forever! You're through, Brock! When I am done with you, you won't be able to get a job taking wedding pictures in Siberia!
I tried to fight it. Got it. Can't fight it anymore. Again.
innocence falls prey to the evil of Spider-Man. Rest easy, Brock. Venom is here. And if it's the last thing we ever do, Jameson and the insect are gonna pay.
Phase 1 completed. Let us begin Phase 2.
Yeah. It's begin.
So here we go. Cover all the city in a fog, much like Superman
Welcome,
60.
true believers and newcomers alike. Spider-Man co-creator Stan Lee here. Once again, we find our hero Peter Parker, better known around the world as the Amazing Spider-Man, in a heap of trouble. But this is just the beginning, Spidey fans. So get ready for a true superhero action thriller, packed to the brim with thrills and chills, twists and turns, more supervillains than you can shake a web at, and of course, non-stop web-slinging, wall-crawling action.
I know there's been some trouble, but the bank's being robbed. And they've got... Use your Spidey compass to get to the bank quickly.
Thanks, Cat. Gotta get to that bank.
Okay, hello Terry Wogan. Thanks for joining the stream again. Very much appreciate it. So yes, this is definitely, yeah, visually this is a really good version. This was actually redone by Treyarch at the start, and I think...
I have to stop wasting time.
Now, I'm not sure if this was... This is either a port of the PC version to Dreamcast, or they ported this version to PC.
Hey, Spider-Man. Come over here. When a building is close enough, you can swing to it.
Gotta get to that bank.
Yeah, no, I've only briefly played. I've never actually Web of Fire. These days it's so expensive. I'd quite like to give it a whirl, but it's one I briefly played and think, yeah, it's not one probably worth the price these days, which just goes for ludicrous money. So yeah, there are some limits, like the the PS1 version. This game's based on does have a few limits. The fog, which is very much reminds me a bit of Superman 64 as well. In fact, did they nick? When did Superman 64 come out?
What's up, Cat?
Spidey! That's a web cartridge. You can carry up to 10 of them.
Because either these guys borrowed the idea from Superman 64 of flooding the area of fog, or Superman 64 borrowed the idea from this. Yeah, there's a few 32X games that are just insanely priced now. Dark Side as well, which is a really interesting game as it's fully 3D in polygons, is also one that it's just impossible to recommend other than and because it's literally going to cost you £1,000.
Spider sense tingling.
Hold it, Spider! He doesn't look friendly. You can kick, punch, or use your web attacks to get past this guy.
Hello, Fists of Fury.
Yeah, could have done. This doesn't have. I think the one advantage the PS1 version will probably have is camera controls. I assume this used a dual analog stick.
I'm already at full health.
Superman 64 came out in 1999, did it? Yeah, that means that they obviously nicked the idea from Superman 64 for the fog.
I need to use my Spidey compass to find the bank.
A lot of the voice actors in this were actually taken from the original. Yeah, the Dreamcast version of... So this would be afterwards, yeah. This is... Well, the PS1 version's 2000, isn't it? And this is 2001. But yeah, so yeah, he's gone for a full... The web swing... Got to look there. Oh, and there we go with some actual comic book artwork as well. Biography on Cletus Cassidy. And that's probably a big hint to who one of the other villains is as well. In case you didn't notice it in the intro, you only briefly
I'm already at full health.
Briefly saw one of the other characters, but yes, Carnage is in this. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I mean, the web controls, it still plays really well. Yeah, they touched up the they touched up the graphics, although Soul Reaver's graphic touch-up wasn't that brilliant, whereas this looks, they've redone a lot of the visuals in this. This one looks much better than the PS1 versions, really is good, the Dreamcast version. Ooh.
These choppers. I'm already at full health.
I did actually do a so as a heads up, Nico, Soul Reaver, if you ever do a video on it, you will get a content ID due to
already at full health.
There's a weird thing where some band
Eagle 1 to tower, 1033 in progress, en route to bank.
Roger, Eagle 1. Keep your eye out for Spider-Man.
If Halloween Boy shows up, he's one dead bug.
New York City Police Department. Cease and desist at once. Lay down your arms and prepare to...
These guys are serious.
I can't believe they shot down those police.
Yeah, just my luck. I'll probably get blamed for that too. Is that the bank ahead?
Yes, but be careful, Spider. I saw the chopper dropping off armed robbers on top of the bank.
Thanks for the heads up, Cat.
Yeah, a couple of games do have made use of the PS1 wobble, haven't they? Not many, but although I think I think I'd say with Treyarch, pretty much every Dreamcast PS1 game ported to the Dreamcast was better on Dreamcast. But yeah, the awful Smash Pack. I mean, Black Matrix, which was a Saturn game, PS1 game, got ported. That was probably better.
I bet I can get into the bank through the top of this building. Cat was right. It's the Jade Syndicate.
There's probably comic books listed everywhere, but I can't remember where they all are, so... I do like the sort of stealthy element. There is a bit of stealth in this that works quite well. I just need to read up on the moves. What's the web shield? Just going to grab that health. I think there's one or two games with a Dreamcast version. Street Fighter Alpha 3, the Dreamcast version of that is absolute pants. Web dome Y plus. Okay. Web spikes. Yeah, Alpha 3, the Saturn's version's better. The only thing the Dreamcast version has over the Saturn's version is the fact that it has a better world tour mode. I will admit the dual analog's probably better on the...
That's the last one. Hope these hostages are still alright.
I'll just save my game progression in case I end up getting taken out. The Dreamcast port... The Dreamcast... Okay, let me just actually call it save. Let's just call it save one. I can't even call. Let's just call it save. I can't even call it. Can't actually apply numbers to it. So save. The Dreamcast port has so the Dreamcast port has better modes, but the gameplay in the Dreamcast version is messed up as the collision is all wrong for Street Fighter Alpha 3. So I wouldn't recommend Alpha 3 at all on Dreamcast or PS1 because they both use altered collisions that breaks the game fundamentally.
I don't think he works here.
Alpha 3 infamously did have some collision issues with some of the stuff, but the PS1 and the Dreamcast version both had additional collision issues as a result of how they did the ports. I think the Dreamcast one is based on the Nomi board version, so...
Looks like I've got company.
Yeah, Code Veronica is very good. Just a heads up, though, the PAL version of Code Veronica does not support VGA, so only the NTSC versions do. Yeah, the Street Fighter 3 stuff's very good. I'm mainly going to concentrate on Spiderman at the minute, so just going to chat about this. So visually, this is actually... I mean, it has...
I doubt that really hurt me more than it hurt you.
this definitely captures the feel of Spider-Man more than some of the newer stuff now. I've got to remember that when you start climbing, sometimes, because of the camera angle, the controls go a bit a wall. So right now, it's telling me if I hold down, I'm going... So, yeah, let's go that way. It is a bit... The climbing controls can be a bit funky at times. Yeah, as Nico says, the PAL version of Code Veronica is a bit hit and miss, to put it mildly. It's got ghosting in it, unfortunately, so... Oh, come on, go up. I've got to let the camera centre. Yeah, it only supports...
Hostages. To make sure they don't get hurt. Got a breath mint?
No, man, I'm out.
Yeah, you will need an RGB lead or a S-video for the PAL version, or a component cable. Yes, Terry, the DC is region locked, but you can bypass the region very easily with boot discs for the Dreamcast. Almost every game works. I mean, I use an exploder, so...
Looks like that room there controls the security doors. The door is locked from the inside.
So we use...
There's gotta be another way in.
I use an exploder and a DCX boot disc. There's a couple of them, and they work really well for getting... for bypassing. Pretty much every game I've tried works, and we tried quite a large chunk of import games on the Dreamcast now. Code Veronica Complete, we have the Japanese version, that works fine with the Exploder and DCX. The only game I think I'm aware of that has issues, I know the Action Replay and Game Shark also have additional functionality, so there's quite a few devices to bypass. Will do as well, yeah. Action Replays, as Nico says. It's worth getting all the different boot discs just because some work with some games and some don't. So Langressa Millennium crashes with the exploder, but not the DCX. Press L8 to zip line. I've got to sneak in there. I think I've got to use as a passage. Yeah, I think that's where I've got to head. So I've got to let the camera... I should send to the camera quicker. I've got to get used to this. Got to send to the camera.
Looks like these switches can open the security doors.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever played the Atari 2600 one, so... There was, now you reminded me, there was a Spider-Man text adventure and a Hulk one on the ZX Spectrum.
Oh yeah.
It gives you the feel of Spider-Man as well. We did grab most of the... Yeah, you're obviously, yeah, because there's a slight delay to the stream, so... But it feels like you're playing as Spider-Man. This is, I think, one of the first games. The thing with the 3 dimensions, I think this is the first one that actually made you feel like Spider-Man. As nice as the old Sega ones are, this is the first one where you felt like you were web-seeing. Even Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage is a brilliant game. It's kudos to the Pickford brothers and their team that did it and the music. (1982). That must probably be the first one then. The Spectrum one was probably a few years later.
Oh, no, please, no.
Haven't actually found any secrets yet, and there's quite a lot I should be looking for. I probably missed a few, but probably missed a couple on the first stage, but it's really nice. I mean, on the PS1, this was very impressive. The Dreamcast version looks a lot better. I mean,
already locked and loaded.
The arenas aren't quite as good as they could be on Dreamcast.
Pick up an object by pressing punch, and I can throw the object by pressing punch again.
Meant for 3D brawlers, yeah.
Already locked and loaded.
That's what I've always felt. This is what it needed. This was probably the first. Yeah, we actually have a large chunk of them. So Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man is good on the GameCube. That was released on PS2. That uses the same engine as Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, the arcade. Let me correct. There's a couple of Spider-Man games. So Spider-Man 1 and 2. One of the... They're actually all pretty good. They all use the same engine. It looks... Yeah. Next time we do GameCube, remind me and I'll stream Ultimate Spider-Man.
Well, going down?
Oh, that reminds me. I need to send a message. Yeah, I need to send a message to... Next time we do GameCube stuff, I'll definitely send a thing. I've been swamped with stuff lately. I've been sidetracked.
Don't need that one right now. Another one taken down by your friendly neighborhood
Spider-Man.
Oh, no, please, no.
Oh, curses. He ran out.
I make this look easy.
This isn't actually that big a game, is it?
Spider-Man, help me! Help, Spider-Man, help me!
I have no idea which is the superior version. I would assume Xbox, if I'm being honest. That's the version we had because that was the console we had.
You have to save me.
That was the console we had at the time.
That's right.
So I think it got released on PS2 as well. I think Ultimate Spider-Man was all 3. I think, but there's quite a few of them. But yeah, they were good. I actually preferred this to a lot of them because they were, although they had some nice visuals, they tended to get a little bit repetitive. Those early 3D ones. I think I've got to go up. I think I can go up there. Did I see yet? The early 3D ones. There are a couple on the 360. They're actually quite good.
Mind if I drop in? I doubt that really hurt me more than it hurt you. What's going on out here?
Was there a PSP Ultimate Spider-Man? Is that a separate game? I would have thought that would be... Oh, there's the guy. So let's throw the... There's quite a few on 360. Some of them, like Web of Shadows, are absolutely awful.
Uh-oh. More hostages and a bomb. Have to be really careful here.
Hello, Matthew Sanders. Thanks for joining the stream. I've got a couple of you on stream tonight. Yes, you're always welcome to drop in. You're always welcome to drop in. I'm doing a bit of friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man tonight. Definitely one of the best games Spider-Man was in. Now, so it also did get a sequel on PS1. I haven't played the sequel that much, but we do have it in the office, so I should try it out at some point. That'll be one I'll add to the... Probably should do this is one of those games I should do a run through of. I noticed there's quite a few already of it though. I think there's a route through.
Huh. Big safe.
Yeah, Web of Shadows is something else. So there's a couple on them on... Web of Shadows is awful. But Spider-Man Dimensions, that was it. That's actually quite a good one on 360. That's, I think, one of the better ones. Friend and Foe is actually quite good for a laugh. That's basically just a giant scrolling beat-em-up. Don't take... It's not like a web slinger game. It's just a scrolling beat-em-up. But that's actually quite good. So I can't pick up the gold. Yeah, we've got the movie ones. They're pretty tight, solid as well. Basically, Ultimate is part of that series as well, the movie series, so...
They're messing with us. Start the timer on the bomb and take out all the hostages. The robbers have been taken care of, but what can I do about the bomb? Think, Spidey, think!
Spider-Man, all the antics are awesome or amazing, yeah. Yeah, we've got Shattered Dimensions again. That's probably we haven't really covered too much 360 stuff, so I should do it at some point.
Not this time, guys.
Yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Terry, for that. But the PAL version of Code Veronica is not the optimal version of it. With the time trap. Yeah, Shattered Dimensions has a follow-up as well. Is it Web in Time or something? And that's quite good, but that's not as good as Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, I mean, Code Veronica's a really good Resident Evil game, and the PAL version's not bad, but yeah, it doesn't have VGA. Oh, hey, Cher! It's been a while since we've seen you.
Jonah, I have shot to the bank robber.
Parker, shut up and dial 911. Scorpion's here, and you have to...
Thoughts on this game's graphics? Yes, it is. I think probably the weakest element of this is actually the music.
Scorpions had it out for old J. Jonah Jameson from day one, blaming Jameson for being stuck in his scorpion suit. Spidey had better get there quickly, or JJJ may end up in the obituaries of his own paper.
Yes, lots of little voiceovers from Stan Lee. Yeah, I've got to hurry in
The
this.
next building's pretty far away. If I jump forward and then swing, I bet I can reach it.
But yeah, as Nico says, the PAL version has some issues of Code Veronica. I would suggest a North American version or the Japanese Complete Edition, although the downside with the Complete Edition is some of the text is in Japanese, but the Complete Edition is a really good version, so... Okay, I need to go that way.
Gotta follow my Spidey compass.
Oh... Yeah, there was a PC version. I'm not sure if the Dreamcast version was a port of the PS1 version, is a port of the PC version, or vice versa. They did update a lot of the graphics for this version, so there's a lot of redesigned models.
If I jump forward and then...
But this did get a PC release as well. I'm not entirely sure if it was the PC port got released first and this is a port of the PC version, or they did the Dreamcast version and then ported it to PC. But definitely visually this is actually the best version of it, and it's got some really nice... They definitely captured the... It's one of the few sort of titles where they got all the comic book style and art style just right. And it was probably at a time when the comic books were still really good. In recent years, there's been a lot of very stupid plot lines in the comic books that have been embarrassingly bad. Lots of retconning, lots of other weirdness that's just kind of ruined some of the characters. I know some of the plot lines.
Get away, Gargan!
Your time is running out.
Yeah, they've redone all the FMVs with the new models.
Hey, keep your eyes open. The sooner we take out Spider-Man, the sooner the boss pays us.
Yeah, they've redone all the models in this, so they all look much better. So Peter looks different, Brock looks different, Felicia looks different. Really got to hurry in this one. Got to hurry before Jameson gets to spend some quality time with the Scorpion.
I hope Jameson's still alive. Hello, Fists of Fury. You might want to try fighting back next time.
Listen, Gargan, it's a new millennium. Lots of high-tech. There may be some way we can get you out of that suit.
You put me in this suit. Now I'm going to make you pay.
Get over it, Gargan.
You ruined my life, so now I'll end yours.
Leave him alone, Chuckles.
Butt out, webhead. Spider-Man? I asked for the police, and I get this?
Yeah, I used to watch the 90s cartoon for Spider-Man as well, and that was a really good... That was a really good cartoon.
Where are you? Where are you? Where you hiding?
But yeah, lots of boss fights in this. Lots of.
There you are.
Spider-Man!
Oh yeah, you're from Poland, aren't you, Nico? Really? Because comic books were forbidden? That's just madness.
I'm out of here!
I've only briefly played the Spider-Man on PS4, but it's a solid... It is a very good game. You're talking about the Sony one. I think there's just the Sony one.
Where are you?
We're robbed of the night. There was never a final episode, was there? Or did you just not get to see it? I know they... The 90s cartoons were really good, but they did get worse as they went on. They sort of cut the budget for them, and you could see that.
Listen, Gargan, it's a new millennium.
Yeah, this one's definitely very much... I think this one was definitely inspired by the cartoon. In fact, a lot of the voice actors in this are actually taken... Are the voice actors used in the cartoons from the 90s. I mean, it ran for most of the 90s, the cartoon, as I seem to remember. I didn't watch every episode. I remember watching a lot, but then they used to muck it around the UK TV channel schedule, so towards the end I didn't get to see some of the later ones. We used to have an X-Men cartoon as well that was really good. I actually learnt the original X-Men game from Konami was based on a unreleased X-Men cartoon called X-Men Kitty Pryde. Because of that, they regarded Kitty Pryde as quite unlucky. Oh, they did cancel the final episode. Yes, Insomniac. Yeah, no, I have played that one. It's definitely a very good one. Yeah, she does have Jennifer Hale as her voice actress. She's one of the few I recognise. Peter Parker, I think, does sound similar. I don't think it is the cartoon actor, though.
Listen,
but I might be wrong.
It's a new millennium. Lots of high tech. There may be some way we can get you out of that suit.
You put me in this suit. Now I'm going to make you pay.
Get over it, Gargan.
You ruined my life. So now...
So I've got to beat the Scorpion. I mean, so visually this one definitely encapsulates the comic books really well. I think the only other games that really encapsulate the comic books as well as this during the 90s is X-Men Children of the Capcom ones. X-Men Children of the Atom and Marvel Superheroes, which Marvel Superheroes has by far the best rendition of 2D art of Spider-Man ever made. And there's not yet been a game that has better 2D art of Spider-Man than that one. I've got to jump away from this. I think you've got to basically let the Scorpion go for look for Jet. It's a bit... I've seen a few episodes from the 2000s cartoon. I didn't like it as much as the 90s one. I have to admit, but I do know the one you're talking about, Nico. But that was a bit late for me, so because by then I was working, so I didn't see it. Yeah, I only saw like a couple sometimes. You'd catch a few in the morning or something. Oh, there he goes, falling over.
I don't know what you're trying to pull by saving my life, but it won't work.
Oh, you're just too clever for me, JJ.
There he is, officers. The man behind the Science Expo heist. Shoot him now! Shoot him!
JJ, you're out of the wheel. I mean it this time.
Hold it, Spider-Man. I don't want to believe that you pulled off the heist today, but
I've got to make sure.
Daredevil, I haven't got time to explain.
Just tell me your side of it. I'll know if you're lying.
How am I supposed to know you're the real Daredevil?
What?
Listen, it's true. A Spider-Man made off with Octavius' new invention, but not the Spider-Man, not me. Somebody's framed me. Why? I don't know yet. And if New York's finest catch me, it may be too late.
Well, then you'd better get going. NYPD is coming fast.
That's it? You believe me?
I don't have to believe you. I know you aren't lying.
But how?
Let's just say you've got your superpowers, and I've got mine. I'll spread the word about your innocence. Not that it'll help with the cops. Good luck.
Since when have I had any? Uh-oh.
So yes, we beat him. We've got. I'm just reading you guys' comments there, so saving. So yeah, I do remember Captain Planet as well. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Is he going to take pollution down to zero? Infamously, the Amiga game for that was notorious for crashing and breaking. Edge of Time isn't bad. Web of Shadows, Arica, is one of the worst Spider-Man games you will ever play. I literally was in Blockbuster one time when it came out, and the staff were none too complimentary about it. I remember watching it, and people were like, this frame rate looks like a PS2. Web of Shadows has an appalling frame rate, and it literally looks like a PS2 game. In fact, I think it was released on PS2 as well, but the frame rate on 360 is diabolical. So I don't.
After the wrong guy.
Police are pretty indiscriminate with their fire at this point. Hey, we're Spider-Man. We're the goodie. I do like. There's a real change. One of the things about this is the stages change so much. So we've gone from a boss battle to this time being chased by a chopper. So there's lots of variety in this.
That was close.
Oh, stuck on that. And it's really nice the way they gel. This really is a really good Spider-Man game. Some of the newer ones don't tend to go for the stage design like this, is because they're all open world, and I do find the open world ones can get a bit bland. Yeah, exactly, Cher. They're just literally blowing everything to pieces, Bob.
Whoa! It wasn't me!
Got Wolverine there. Lots of great comic book covers and stuff as you're going around this one. The Wolverine.
Hold it there!
You remember playing it? Children of the Atom's a brilliant game, but yeah, Magneto is brutally hard. I did get to the stage where I could pretty much one credit clear Magneto pretty much every time. And the tactics for beating Magneto are literally, you basically go hell for leather on him, or you're a goner. That's the only way I could ever beat Magneto. He is infamously hard in X-Men Children of the Atom.
These guys are relentless.
But yeah, they're just literally destroying the city and everything.
Whoa! It wasn't me!
This is not actually a big game, this Spider-Man. I think the one thing that lets this down is the music. There's not much in the way of music.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Checkpoint Treyarch, Captain America.
Taking the shot.
Negative on shot. Negative on shot. Negative on shot. Taking the shot.
You know what, you got the Fantastic Four. We've just got loads of the art from the. That sniper's pretty rubbish.
Positive on hit base.
Don't stop now, Spidey.
Yeah, it's the way it changes every stage. It gives you something new and fresh. I mean, it's not a long game. It's probably biggest negative and drawback is the fact it's not a very good. It's not a very long game. I remember finishing this pretty quickly.
Taking the shot. He moves too fast. You're mine, wall crawler. He moves too fast. You're mine, wall crawler. He moves too fast. Taking the shot, base. Negative on shot.
Almost there.
There are a few bits that they haven't quite got the thing just right. So, like that one there, you're trying to take the non-attack path.
Lost it, base. Taking the shot. He moves too fast. Taking the shot.
Lots to come back to. Yeah, you could. There's quite a few costumes to unlock.
Taking the shot, base.
And then you got all the comic books as well. So.
Negative on shot.
But I suppose the thing is, it needs to be a short game because you would have spent a lot of time doing all the different design elements in terms of. It's really irritating getting up that section. But it is very creative, as you're saying. There's lots to see and do in this one, and
where is he?
You never. There's no two stages have been the same so far.
Negative on shot. Got him in my sights. Got him in my sights.
I mentioned friends and foe earlier, Arako, so I won't go over that again. I said that was sort of scrolling beat 'em up one. That wasn't bad.
Almost there.
This one's a bit tricky. Friend of Foes much better than Web of Shadows, but there are some real stinkers of Spider-Man games. There's quite a few on the Game Boy. The first one on Game Boy was quite good. The later.
Where is he?
No, if you press jump, you don't. You fall down.
You're mine, wall crawler. Negative on
so
shot.
if I press jump, you actually do that.
Where is he? Negative on shot.
I was hoping there might be like a pull button. There's not a run button.
Negative on shot. Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Don't stop now, Spidey.
Oh, I think you've got to basically just jump up. Web button. No, I think you've got to basically just jump up as high as possible to quickly dodge the chopper.
Where is he? Taking the shot, base. Negative on
I do love like the interviews like Captain America and stuff. It's all really well done. Just about everything, every inch of this game is thought out. And it's probably a bit more comic book based than even the newer PS4 ones, which are...
Almost there.
Because the issue I have with open world games is they can get very bland at times. Yes. You got it this time. Yep. Thank you, Naiko.
I'm innocent!
I would actually recommend having a quick look at a video of Friend of Foe, but Friend of Foe is a pretty good sort of scroll and beat 'em up one. Me and Dragoon were actually playing it, and we thought it was quite good fun. I mean, it's not a great game. Oh, was that an advert for Tony Hawk's Skater Pro 2? Yes, it is.
Tony Hawk. Hey, I skated with that guy.
Oh, that's very cool. Yes, A Friend and Foe is not a bad 2D scroll. If you like something like Maximum Carnage, it's actually a very good follow-up to that. Oh yeah, there was a sequel to Maximum Carnage Separation Anxiety, which is awful. Oh. So Friend of Foe isn't bad. The 360 one isn't bad. I haven't played the PSP version. I would check videos of it and see what you think it looks like. Because my experience with PSP versions is they can be very hit or miss compared to the main versions. Yeah, I've not played the Captain America one, so I... Oh, it goes on too long, does it, Friend or Foe? I mean, one of the best games I would love to get re-released is Maximum Carnage. That is a phenomenal scrolling beat-em-up.
Move it, move it, move it. Can't waste time.
Oh really? No, I haven't played that one. I'll have to
right.
have a look at that one, the Captain America. Thanks for mentioning it, Arinka. I'd totally forgotten they'd actually done that one, actually.
Whoa! Nowhere to go but up.
Appreciate all the likes, everyone. If you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. It's very much appreciated.
Lost him, base. Taking the shot. He moves too fast. Where is he? Got him in my sight.
How tall is this thing?
Yeah, I mean, you don't get games... This is really... The way this game keeps changing pace is just so very wellly done. The fact that you always got something different.
Looks like that crate's the only way out.
Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. It is very much appreciated. Gossip. Yeah, there are quite a few VGA games that will... which game was it, Terry Wogan? There are quite a few non-VGA games that will run via a cheat, but Code Veronica is not one I've been able to ever get running via VGA, not the PAL version. There are a few, I think, fixed sort of hacks and things, so... But most of them you can use via Exploder and a few other cheat devices. But, so there's... The PAL version of Code Veronica is one of the few that I couldn't force into VGA either. There's a couple of where they've literally stripped out the VGA mode entirely. Teed off. Oh, you actually got teed off to work. That, what were you using to force that then into VGA, or did you do an unofficial fix? Because I know there is the PAL forcing as well.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Head beat. Ah, yeah, that works for quite a few games.
Hey, you gonna pay for that tower? Uh-oh, spider sense tingling. One more step and it's a load of web fluid sticking you to that wall.
Well, it's not the most romantic proposition I've ever had.
Black Cat. Oh, I'm so glad it's you.
Good to see you too, big boy, but you got a problem. Venom's got control of the Jumbotron in Times Square. He's been ranting for hours with a message for you.
Venom's ugly face on that big screen? Now that's scary.
That's not all. Rhino's on a rampage over at Omnitech as well.
What is this, the bad guy Olympics? Look, Times Square is on the way to Omnitech. Let's find out what Venom's up to, and then we'll tackle Rhino.
The Venom Marathon continues on the biggest TV in New York. We're shouting out to the whole big rotten apple here, people.
Sad thing is, he'll probably get his own talk show for this.
So we've got this beautiful redhead. You know her. She's one of those famous bimbos. We have decided that this poor little lassie has 24 hours to live. 24 hours! Oh, by the way, her name is Mary Jane Parker.
No. Mary Jane?
So, just in case someone, I don't know who it could be, if any of you type-wearing freaks out there want to save little Miss Fashion Model, then bring it on! Meanwhile, New Yorkers, the Venom Marathon will continue!
Listen, I realize what this means. Forget about helping me with Omnitech. I can handle Rhino.
Rhino by yourself? Thanks, Cat, but no thanks. Look, being Spider-Man has given me a lot and taken a lot away, but one thing never changes. My responsibility to use my powers for others before myself, no matter what the cost. There are innocent people at Omnitech, and they need our help right now. I won't let them down. Then I'll stop Venom. And this time, it's for the last time.
Yes, more great cutscenes. Just as a quick heads up, Terry Wogan, this was a list I saw a while back, and this concurs with my testing with most games. So, PAL games that are... these are the VGA games that are compatible via boot disk on VGA and Exploder. So that is Aqua GT, Army Men Sarge's Hero, Buggy Heat, I can confirm I can get Buggy Heat. Buster Move 4, again I can confirm I can force that. Cannon Spike, I can force that. Conflict Zone, yep. Dino Crisis glitchy videos. Dragon Rider, yep. Evil Dead, yep. Evolution 1, because that was a bug. Giant Killers, Gunbird, Hidden and Dangerous, Hydro Thunder, Jimmy White Cue Ball, although that's actually optimized, so it's broken at VGA. JoJo Bizarre Adventure, but that is completely messed up because even if you try forcing it to 240p mode. Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits, NBA Showtime, NFL Blitz, Plasma Sword, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis can be forced, Roadsters, Sega Worldwide Soccer, Snowcross, Spawn in the Demon's Hand, Sydney 2000, Teed Off, Tokyo Highway Challenge 1 and Tom Clancy Rainbow Six. All of those can be forced. The ones that can't, and I can confirm this, Skies of Arcadia PAL and Resident Evil Code Veronica, Railroad Tycoon, Cyforce, again Cyforce, Pen, which I know can't be forced. I've tried that myself. Kiss Psycho Circus. So Resident Evil Code Veronica, the NTSC version, did have VGA support. I've got the complete edition. from Japan. That has VGA support. That's a beautiful version of it. Kiss Psycho Circus, again, the NTSC version has VGA support. And there's a few others as well.
We're too late. That makes 2 major technology heists in 2 days.
That leaves one question. Where's Rhino?
Cat!
Well, if it ain't Bug Boy.
Uh-oh.
Here we go, another boss fight. Yeah, I should actually do Dino Crisis, but that'll have to be a non-VGA stream.
As well. But fortunately for the web slinger, Rhino's only got a one-track mind.
Ooh, that must have hurt.
There you are.
So yeah, games that can't be forced into VGA based on what various people suggested are so Arrow Wing 2, Banjo-O, I know that's hurt, Caesar Palace, Capcom vs SNK, I know you can't bypass the hurt screen, Deadly Skies, Disney's Dinosaur, ECW Anarchy Rules, ECW Hardcore Revolution, Heavy Metal Geomatrix, you can't bypass the screen, Iron Aces, yeah, I couldn't force that. Hence why we had to do the stream in Kiss Psycho Circus doesn't work. MTV Pen said Resident Evil Code Veronica. Unfortunately, the PAL version doesn't support VGA according to this list either. I mean, Skies of Arcadia, Snow Surfers, Soul Fighters, the next Tetris, WWF Attitude. Those ones, I mean, I haven't tested all of those ones, but that's a rough list.
Oh boy, Spidey fans!
Invested in another cable, yeah. Now make a bit of a hash of this. I mean, quite a few games, a large majority of the games can be forced into VGA, but there's still a handful that...
Ooh, that must have hurt.
Yeah, this fight is very repetitive, just literally let him run into it.
Toro!
You'll get 2-3 hits on him max. Yeah, I actually have an open source scan converter, so but I do have a CRT as well, so. But yeah, sadly there were a few games that didn't have the VGA support on the Dreamcast, which is annoying. Okay, right, let's give this one a serious shot. So we've got quite a few people on stream as well. Thanks for everyone chatting away. It's always great. And as always, if you're in the stream and you're not chatting, don't worry. You can always all you got to do is subscribe to the channel for a minute, and then you can chat. And you can always unsubscribe if you want to finish chatting. But I hope all you guys are just enjoying it. Visually, this is definitely the best version on par with the PC one. I know a couple people said the PC one can be a bit glitchy these days, so they kind of preferred the Dreamcast version. Just wonder if he could electrocute himself. I don't think he can. I think this is going to be a bit of a protracted battle as well.
Ooh, are your ears ringing? Toro! What's the matter? You hurt your little tusky wusky?
Okay, this fight This fight's really well done.
Get down here!
Spider sense too. Oh, the boys in blue again. Better hide. Best seat in the house. Octavius, what's he doing here?
Please, stand back, officers. Allow me.
Doc Ock helping the police? Maybe he is reformed. Ock's taking care of Rhino. I need to find out what happened to Black Cat. This is a job for Peter Parker, not Spider-Man. Hey, wait! Cat! Cat, it's Peter!
Peter! Gotta help me. They're not really paramedics.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm just wondering how far I'll actually get. I mean, it's not actually that long to play through, so this is definitely one to consider actually doing a playthrough at some point. It's been a while. I quite like it. It's been ages since I played through this, so it'd be nice to go back through it at some point. I think the one advantage of the PC version is the cutscenes are a bit more.
That's my story, Johnny.
Looks like you're in a lot of trouble. You'll find Venom.
But how? Venom is invisible to my spider sense.
Knowing your luck, Venom will find you. Have faith, Spidey.
Where could she be? Gotta find her. Got no choice.
Where? What a wuss. Hey, wanna race? Parker hates it when I get the drop on him.
I hate it when he gets the drop on me.
Hurry up, Parker.
Move it, Spidey, move it! Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep up.
Quit slacking, boy. Come on, Parker. Yeah, look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Get out of my way, nerd. Watch that first step, Parker. It's a doozy.
Oh, toe, ow!
Yeah, look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, sorry, lady. Didn't see a thing.
Golden.
Slowpoke? Hurry up, Parker!
Move it, Spidey, move it! Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep up.
Slowpoke?
That's my story, Johnny.
Looks like you're in a...
Hurry up, Parker!
Move it, Spidey, move it! Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep up. Can't lose him. Haven't used the Spidey armor much before, but it could be useful here.
Quit slacking, boy! Come on, Parker. Yeah, look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Get out of my way, nerd! Watch that first step, Parker. It's a doozy.
Ow, my head! Ow, my head!
Yeah, look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, sorry, lady. Didn't see a thing. Slowpoke? Hurry up, Parker!
Move it, Spidey, move it! Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep up. Can't lose him. Haven't used the Spidey armor much before, but it could be useful here.
Quit slacking, boy! Come on, Parker. Yeah, look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Get out of my way, nerd! Watch that first step, Parker. It's a doozy.
Ow, my head! Oh, toe, ow!
Yeah, look out, lady.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, sorry, lady. Didn't see a thing. If you want to fight, follow me. Where'd Spider-Wuss go? Spider-Wuss! Come out and play!
Tag! Come back here, Venom! Where are you?
Now you see me.
You do get a mix of chase sequences with fight sequences, so...
Not so fast. Shaken, not stirred. Spidey, where are you?
But yeah, the comic book... this has probably got some of the best adaptations of all the characters. There isn't a sort of... every character seems to be just right in this. They're just all adapted really well.
see Spider.
He is ruthless. Definitely a lot of the characters do hit you and just do... Oh... But yeah, visually the comic book adaptations, pretty much all the characters is spot on in this.
Come back here, Venom! Where are you?
Now you see me, now you don't. Yes. Tasty.
Yuck!
Brains, yummy. Yes. Tasty. No wall crawling.
Got something for you.
Not too far, little spider. Shaken.
So you've got a few comic books now. I got two in that last page, obviously the one under the car and this one. Obviously pick up everything, throw it, and just look. Some of the chase ones, as I saw there, are quite tricky.
Come back here, Venom! Where are you?
Now you see me, now you don't.
That's interesting. That's got 5199. Do you reckon that's
yummy?
One of the guy's signatures and the date? Because they probably were working on this in '99.
Not stirred. Come to Papa.
All the bosses in this are actually pretty easy. It's just a case of working out what their weakness is and what you've got to do to beat them. So this one, I've got to keep...
Got something for you.
Not so fast.
Ah, so he shakes you so you can't get too far away from him.
Shaken, not stirred. Itsy bitsy spider. Not too far, little spider. Shaken, not stirred.
I seem to recall there's more than one fight with Venom in this as well. He does help you at the end, though.
Where are you?
Got a feeling you need to do the web spider shot. I'm going to shoot Venom and attack him. Get behind him as well.
Spidey, where are you?
He does a lot of damage as well.
Got something for you.
Spidey, where are you? Where'd Spider-Wuss go? Spider-Wuss! Come out and play!
Yeah, most of the bosses in this are quite I said they're generally not that hard. It's just working out how to beat them.
Come back here, Venom! Where are you?
Now you see me, now you don't. Spidey, Where are you? Tasty. Come to Papa. Spidey, where are you? Come to Papa. Get back here. Spidey, where are you? Brains, yummy. Not so fast. Itsy bitsy spider. Not too far, little spider.
Oh, damn it.
Shaken.
Got to get close. Basically, you've got to use the web shots to take him out.
Where'd Spider-Wuss go?
Come back here, Venom! Where are you?
Now you see me, now you don't. Brains, yummy. Come to Papa. Itsy bitsy spider. Brains, yummy. Get back here. Shaken, not stirred. Itsy bitsy spider. Spidey, where are you?
I'm already at full health.
Okay, that's him down. At least for now. I think you have to fight him twice. I have a feeling this, you fight him in the sewer as well, so...
Laying down on the job, Parker?
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak? You can run, Venom, but you can't hide! What are those things? These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Well, they do try to pack in pretty much all the main Spider-Man villains in this one as well, which is what was so nice. Oh, that's steam, is it? That wasn't that clear, actually. No doubt it's probably a comic book I've missed, but it's nice, just nice to showcase as much. I'll see how much of the game we...
Trap!
get done in the time limit because
I'm sorry,
1
guys.
hour
Am I late for
35.
the party?
Appreciate the likes, guys. I think we've had a few people leave the stream as well. Wait a second, it'll probably put me back at the start of the level, isn't it? Ooh.
Laying down on the job, Parker?
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak?
So I think the only
You can
just
run,
said
Venom, but you can't hide.
the writing is really good in this. The graphics are actually very good. The gameplay solid. The one thing that I don't rate very well in this is probably the music. The sound effects design's very good. The voiceovers are all very good, but the music's just not very good. But it definitely, everything about this game encapsulates the spirit of Spider-Man just perfectly. Ow!
You can run, Venom, but you can't hide. What are those things? These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Oh. Fudgems.
Laying down on the job, Parker?
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak?
Yeah, it's not a very big
run, Venom,
game. Once you get
hide.
get it down, it can be beaten very, very quickly.
What are those things?
If I keep at this stream, I will probably beat it by the 3 or 4 hour mark. That does sum it up there, my falling.
These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Ow! It didn't bring out the web swing. Sometimes it doesn't.
Laying down on the job, Parker?
Where's my wife, you symbiote freak? You can run, Venom, but you can't hide. What are those things? That must have hurt.
I mean, it's definitely got a few quirks of the early 3D games, but by and large, it's an excellent title. Oh, come on, swing, Spider-Man! Triggers can be a bit hit and miss occasionally.
You can run, Venom, but you can't hide. What are those things? These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Geronimo, yes. Oh, that was me that time. Reset the likes, everyone. So hopefully get out of this section. Till now, I've not actually. I think this is the most. I think this is the section I've died on the most, unless it was that boss fight with Venom.
You can run, Venom, but you can't hide.
And again, it's just a case of figuring out what you've got to do at the boss fights, and then they're quite easy to do.
These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Yeah, I'm not looking for comic books, so, or at least I'm not prioritizing. Oh! Oh! Deep inhale. I think this is still fairly cheap to buy on Dreamcast. I don't think it's that expensive. I think this sold quite well. Didn't get a Japanese release, strangely, which is quite surprising, seeing as this is probably one of the better games they could have released. It's only one of the better Western developed games they could have released on Dreamcast in Japan.
These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
Oh, don't press A to jump, Riven. I keep wanting to press the furious tapping of the web button. Yeah, you guessed it. You probably hear it as well. Like, click, 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 please. Right, let's do this. I'll play it safe.
You can run, Venom, but you can't hide.
I'm not going to basically not press jump. Just press web sling.
What are those things?
So take 5 hits.
These guys must be leftovers from one of the lizard's experiments.
I'm just wondering if those web sling cartridges are permanent, in which case you should probably grab them whenever you see them. I think I missed a couple.
I'm already at full health. I'm trapped. I'm sorry, guys. Am I late for the party?
Okay, that was much better using the web shot.
Open this door!
Who is it?
There we go, more Venom action. Now the one area I think the Dreamcast slightly falls down on over the PC is I noticed some of the videos are quite heavily compressed, which is quite surprising for the Dreamcast versions. You'd have thought it would have all the space, but I suppose there's quite a lot of videos, and if they really did up the graphics, there's a possible chance they may not have had that much space for videos. One or two of them, definitely the PC version, looked like they had better videos. This was, as Arika was mentioning, did get an N64
I should probably swing to the next place using my targeting mode.
Oh, that was me being a silly. Pressing A again. Don't press A, Ribbon, just press A to jump. Yeah, the cat does have those early 3D camera blues issues, but other than that, it's a very, very solid game. And if you're saying it's one of the best feeling and looking Spider-Man games in terms of the comic books, and arguably, as I know you guys are saying, and I probably agree, it's probably one of the best Spider-Man games ever made. No, I've never played. I've only actually ever played the Dreamcast and PC versions. I've not even played the PS1 original of this one, I don't think. They're slightly weirdly inverted the controls for the pole, so I'm not sure why. I assume that's where I've got to head next. Guessing the reason they got green lights on them is just to help guide you a little bit.
I'm already at full health.
Yeah, the N64, I loved it at the time, but I have a sort of love-hate relationship with it these days. I loved it at the time, but these days I find the just dreadful graphics, the fog. I mean, even with RGB, we do have an RGB modded version now. It still doesn't get rid of all the issues. Got to do that jumping section again, aren't I? I mean, I do still enjoy the N64, but it's not a great machine. It's definitely the worst hardware Nintendo made, barring something like the Virtual Boy.
I should probably swing to the next pipes using my targeting mode.
Oh, Spider-Man, you fell off there. Appreciate all the likes everyone's giving it. Apologies, I was pressing attack there. Apologies, this section is not stellar gameplay, so I need to practice that a bit. Well, hell, I've got to this point and I haven't played this game in the best part of 16, 17 years, most likely. Yeah, no, I would disagree. I think the N64, in terms of how it looked, it wasn't... I mean, you've got to remember, it was only 240p. It was weaker resolution than the Saturn. These days, hardware-wise, it's seen as a bit of a turkey. I think a lot of people are very nostalgic about the N64 because of the games on it, but as a hardware, doing 3D 240p... Well, it wasn't... It was powerful in some ways, not others. The audio of the N64 is absolutely atrocious, so... But yeah, visually, polygon-wise, they had more RAM and stuff, so they could do better 3D. But then the graphics card had issues where it had to generate fog and all sorts, so... I mean, we did get an RGB modded one, and that improves it. I suspect you probably could have made games like that, but you just have to cut them down a little bit because...
I doubt that really hurt me more than it hurt you.
I mean, it had some great games on it, stuff like Jet Force Gemini. I mean, Mario 64 is phenomenal. I'm not a big fan of the Zeldas, I have to admit, on the N64, but there are some really... It has some phenomenal games on it. Like Banjo-Kazooie were really good. But overall, I think it's definitely a console of its time, the N64.
Hang on, Parker.
Oh, here we go. Stay on the subway train. Ah, I vaguely remember this stage.
I'm already at full health.
Getting such a good mix of stages in this, so much variety. It's hard to say, modern games don't tend to have this type of stage variety in it anymore. I suppose one of the things that makes this so nice is that everything's so short and sweet. Nothing. This was an very similar to an old school arcade game. Nothing outstays its welcome. Every section is about the right length. No section is too long in this. It really is a very welly,
I'm already at full health.
a really great. I mean, everything about this game really is welly done. Yes, they had to deal with limits at the time, but it keeps the feel of Spider-Man. In many ways, this is possibly better than some of the newer ones, because the newer ones tend to go for that open world, lots of subplots, but you won't get the diversity. Hello 8-bit SNK boy, great to see you on stream as well. Yeah, no need to ream off the N64's best game, guys. We can all ream them off. It'll be interesting what the N64 version of this is like, but I have no intention of grabbing the N64 version. This is the Dreamcast version. I mean, the N64 has about 400 games. I'd say there's about 100 must-have titles on it.
How many of them are there?
If you want some of the lesser-known ones, you've got stuff like Ragul Kids, Mischief Makers, Troublemakers, the Treasure one. Sin and Punishment is a phenomenal game on the N64. But I'm going to go back to chatting about Spider-Man for now. I think this is definitely said, this is a really well polished title. Oh, am I nearly there? Don't fall off the train, Peter. I noticed obviously they felt this section was quite difficult with the amount of health this train is literally chucking at me.
Oh no! You've got to stop falling for us, Parker.
There are probably actually more better games on the Wii than the N64, but the N64 has about 400 games in total. The Wii, I think, has about 10,000.
Venom is gonna pay big time.
There are some really good Wii games. I should actually do the Wii, the N64. We should cover on the channel more at some point. So. I did actually figure out why we had a slight cutting issue. I assume Nico's left the stream now by the looks of it. Yeah, the Wii is infamous for the amount of shovelware games on it. You have at least probably about 3,000 shovelware games on the Wii. Yeah, like I said, it's a case of the Wii has about 10,000 games, and no, probably about 5,000 of them are shovelware. The Wii has a colossal library. Or maybe probably 10,000. Oh, no, I think about 10,000 Wii. We are definitely. I suppose each of these games, see, this game does fall into different acts. So the first act is sort of the bank heist. This act is the Venom sections where we're going after Venom. Oh.
Taken down by your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I think the PS2 has.
What do we have
Yeah,
here?
I'm slightly doing educated guesses. The PS2, I definitely think sort of. I think it's around 10,000, but don't quote me on that. There's definitely a good PS2. So, just to illustrate, it's definitely the Wii and PS2 definitely have at least 5,000 games each, probably more. I mean, you've got to remember the. PS4 now has absolute loads because so many of them are digital, so okay, that did drain the water hitting that. Ah, too slow. Can I get up here in time before the water comes back?
Oh, great.
Ah, curses. As always, thanks for dropping by on the stream, guys.
Where am I now?
Just
Venom is gonna pay big time.
Just a reminder, if you haven't hit that like button, please do consider hitting that like button. It's very appreciated. It does help Randomised Gaming's videos get ranked more. So the more people that like the videos, the more they get ranked on the YouTube's own personal... Ah, there's a comic book this way. I've not been directly looking for comic books, but I just thought I'd see some of them. Grab them if I find them. So you can actually largely avoid the enemies at this section. But yeah, definitely the 3D dimensional crawling, this really was first in... This game had a lot of firsts actually in terms of sort of the Spider-Man stuff. I don't even need to do them, I can just...
What do we have here?
Just wait for the water to drain. Right, and then we go, 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 go.
I'm already at full health. Oh, great.
So in case you've joined the stream recently or you're just watching chat, my name is Random Gamer Riven. I am the editor of Randomised Gaming and I welcome you to our look at the Sega Dreamcast version of Spider-Man. This was released in 2001, but it's a port of the PS1 game that was originally released on PlayStation. It also got an N64 and PC release, and I'm not entirely sure if this was based on the PC one, if this got ported to PC first and then they ported it to the Dreamcast, or if it was the other way round, whether they did the DC version and then ported it to PC after. Oh hey Naiko, welcome back. Actually, going to ask you, Naiko, you mentioned earlier you were discussing
Hello, Mr. Fury.
Star Ocean 3. What did you learn about that one out of interest, or anything interesting about the power optimization, or? The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, did that one get... I think, can't remember if that one got an Xbox. That might be one we don't have. I have to check. There are a couple, because there's so many Spider-Man... There's so many Spider-Man games on the 360. Yeah, as it's early 3D, the camera angle is probably one of the worst things in this, so... Okay, so I assume this has opened a door here. Yeah. I think that was one of the film tie-ins. I have to remember, a couple of them I'm trying to remember if I've played or not. Just trying to... Okay, we're going to have another cutscene in a second, I imagine. No.
No, that's where I came from.
No worries, Terry. I think we had a couple of you guys off speed. Letterboxing like Beyond Good and Evil, yeah. Beyond Good and Evil is a bit of a weird one. They didn't properly optimize it.
I'm already at full health.
I don't think. Ooh, I'm just getting another web cartridge. Oh, glug glug glug. Sounds like it's one of those games that it's probably worth getting a North American version because the PAL version's a bit of a car crasher. I mean, I think Square Enix started to do optimizing towards the end. I know Final Fantasy... YouTube censored it. Yeah, I didn't get a hide or anything. Normally if we get something with a blocked word, it will ask me to okay it, but I didn't get anything like that. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I doubt it's ever going to get released. Sadly, I really enjoyed the original Beyond Good and Evil, but definitely I think the 360 is the way to play it.
Sorry about that.
Here's the fun part though. Has it got some there's a lot of these guys actually. Ah, they did polish it. Yeah, you see, that's the thing a lot of people don't realise about a lot of PAL games. The Japanese developers would polish them a lot more. Especially if there was a long break time between the releases. So yeah, I think Final Fantasy 12 is probably the most polished. It's a bit like Soul Calibur 2 in Europe was the most polished. It had more bug fixes, and that's by far the best version to get. They addressed some of the balancing issues which were present in the American version. And then some of the developers, when they did some of the fighting fans complained, oh, well, they can't do some of the US moves. And it's like, well, yeah, there's a reason for that, because they fixed them in the... Have I got to beat all these guys up? Well, that's good to know, Orica. I must admit, because I imagine if you're buying European games, I would expect most of them to be region locked, actually. Yeah. If I ever get a North American 360, I should actually just go through and confirm which PAL games are region locked and which ones aren't. But there are any sort of PAL exclusives that... Ah, that's what I've got to hit the... Okay. Is there another one over this side now? Yeah. Yeah, you might be interested to know, Nico. So I did do some research on... So from my perspective, you might be interested on the Dreamcast front. I did research into buggy heat, and that turned out that was actually power optimized. Hence why the game doesn't allow VGA mode by default. Because if you force it into VGA, you do get some power optimization elements. Although it's still probably better playing in VGA than... but it's a bit of a weird one. Buggy heat's a bit of a funny one. Yeah, we've got most of all... We've got all the... We're the same, Erica. We've got all the unregion locked Japanese shooters. We don't... There's a couple I would like to get that are region locked. Yeah, oddly enough, SNK boy, that's exactly what we said earlier in the stream when you weren't here. We were discussing that pretty much all those games. Although I forgot about Shadow Man. The Shadow Man's definitely better on the Dreamcast. Although it's not a great game, but it's one I keep meaning to grab actually. So I must be at this point. I'm getting a bit bored fighting the lizard and his creation. So.
Looks like I better time this right.
Yeah, not while the press up to crawl into...
Move it, Spidey, move it!
Yeah,
gotta keep moving.
Shadow Man's, a couple people said it's quite an interesting game. I've never played either of them, so I should probably look at... I think the PC version was considered the best one. But yeah, it's definitely not a big game, this. It's definitely quite a short one. We've been making good progress. A bit of practice and I've probably made it all the way through in this stream. Okay, so where have we got to go now? I think I'll swing across to the centre there. Yeah, I think they did. They did get... I think Night Dive have remastered it weirdly, so... Some of the... I can largely ignore the enemies.
You might want to try fighting back next time. Looks like I better time this right. Move it, Spidey, move it!
The sequel got released on PlayStation 2, didn't it? Never actually played either of them. My only thing I've played of Shadow Man is the fact Zack had a costume for it in Dead or Alive. Because a Acclaim published by. Or Dead or Alive 2 to be exact had a Shadow Man costume for Zack.
Gotta keep moving.
Some of the echo sounds on the things are actually quite loud there. Okay, so where do I go from here? Oh, I see, the water dips. Right, so I've got to get it when the water's low, obviously. Actually, that was much easier than I expected.
Coming through!
I'm already at full health.
Oh, another comic.
I'm already at full health.
I definitely think this one. I think this one encapsulates the comic books better than any other adaptation. So, the only one that for me gets the art style perfect for the comic books is the Marvel Superheroes, the arcade game from Capcom and X-Men Children of the Atom. Yeah, Acclaim infamously had some dreadful marketing campaigns, like the Turok stunt as well. They had the guy, so one of the Turoks for the Turok thing was the guy in the tent who had infamously mispainted the name Turok on his tent because he was a paid-for actor to sit outside for a few weeks and say how wonderful Turok was when the was it Turok Evolution, which was ironically the last Turok game.
I bet the right combination of switches will open all of the
Acclaim did. I actually worked on the last Turok game, last original Turok game released. I actually worked on the Touchstone one, which was actually Disney. Oh, that was a lucky fall.
Guess again. What are you, stupid? Hurry up, Spidey! What is taking you so long? Ooh, look at the big brain on Spidey.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I was just pushing the buttons. I had no idea what I was doing there. Okay, so basically just pressing the buttons to release now. Yeah, that's the one I worked on. I worked on the Xbox 360 one and PlayStation 3 one. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was interesting. I think the general consensus was it was done by an inexperienced studio. Who perhaps didn't quite have the leadership to create It wasn't a bad game. It's not bad. I mean, it had some great, it had an absolute great voice cast in it. It's got Ron Perlman in it. So, on the plus side, I can actually claim to have worked on a game with Ron Perlman, which is a nice little accolade.
Come back here, Venom!
Yeah, Turok Evolution was the one where they had the infamous tent marketing.
Spidey, where are you?
Yeah, it's not a bad game to Turok 2 Seeds of Evil. It did recently get a remaster from Night Dive, so certainly worth checking out. If you like FPS, and I should look at some of the... I might actually look at Quake 3 Arena next week. Seeing as you guys mentioned it. There, I could look at Outrigger. We've done a bit... Oh... Yeah, you do have to get used to the web crawling controls, that I will say. Appreciate everyone hitting that like button. If you do enjoy this stream, please do consider hitting that like button. Very much appreciated. I have actually been practicing on Sega Rally 2 as well. I might try and see if I can get a long play of the arcade mode. It is very, very tricky, the arcade mode, and best with one of the hidden cars.
Starting to sweat here, Parker?
Okay, what was the other way then?
Spidey, where are you?
No, I can't say I've played it. There are a couple of games that got really interesting, like GBA or other thingy ports. I can't say I've played Turok Evolution, so...
The lizard! I knew it.
Spider-Man! Venom has imprisoned me and has taken my lair. Now he's using my lizard man against...
No.
He's also imprisoned that Parker woman.
Where is she?
She's in the lair at the end of the maze. There's only one way. Go back along this tunnel and cross over 2 waterways. At the 3rd waterway, go right. Follow it around the corners, past the machinery, skip the first tunnel intersection, then go right at the next one.
Thanks, Lizard.
Go back along this tunnel and cross over 2 waterways. At the 3rd waterway, go right. Follow it around the corners, past the machinery, skip the first tunnel intersection, then go right at the next one. You will find the woman there.
Okay, and there's a comic book as well.
Golden.
That actually appeared, that comic book. So past the... skip the first 2 waterways and then go right past the machinery. Skip the first intersection tunnel and to go right at the next one. Right, so no doubt there's a few things. So right down this one.
Warmer?
Actually, I'm being cheeky. Is there something down this tunnel in case there's a magazine here, just in case?
Brains, yummy. Where are you?
So right past the machinery.
Starting to sweat here, Parker?
Oh, they got warm written on. Okay, so this is the machinery.
Ah, you're on fire, baby.
Nearly made a bit of a haphazard. Oh!
Come to Papa.
Slightly annoying you have to redo the whole of these segments. Occasionally there's no checkpoints. Spider pancake, yep.
Come to Papa.
There are occasionally bits where you'll like stick because the collision's not quite right, I notice.
Starting to sweat here, Parker?
So I think this should be the tunnel.
See, Spider.
Yeah, warm, okay.
I'm already at full health.
Where are you? Warmer? Starting to sweat here, Parker? Ah, you're on fire, baby. Ah, ooh, you're hot, baby.
So I said ignore the first tunnel, so if...
Brains, yummy.
Normally if they tell you to ignore something, that means actually explore it because there'll be something you want, but obviously not in that case. So... obviously that second one's the one we want. What about the third one? Is there another comic book lurking around here?
Itsy bitsy spider. Not too far, little spider.
And here we go.
My. Send the spider to the smaller spider. Venom! I'd let you see your wifey poo, but she's in the bath right now. So, what do you say, Spunky? Let's finish
Okay,
this.
bye, Nico. Thanks for being on stream as always, very much.
The switch! Turn off the switch!
Oh boy.
I'm gonna drown!
Oh, Spider-Man! Oh, help me! I'm drowning!
The switch! Turn off the switch!
Itsy spider!
Yuck!
Peter! The water's rising again! The switch! Turn off the switch! Help! Is anybody there?
Think the voice.
Mary Jane!
Think it's Jennifer Hales as well.
Venom!
I'd let you see your wifey poo, but she's in the bath right now. So, what do you say, Spunky? Let's finish this.
The switch! Turn off the switch!
By the by,
I'm gonna drown! Peter! The water's rising again! The water! Peter, the water! The switch! Turn off the switch! Peter! The water's rising again!
itsy spider!
Yeah, it wasn't the water, was it? You got to be a bit careful there because you've got each tank. The
Help!
oh, there's four
Is
of them,
anybody
isn't there? I've got to turn them all off.
Help me!
Mary Jane!
Please!
Hey!
The switch! Turn off the switch!
Mary Jane looks a little thirsty.
The switch! Turn off the switch!
Oh, Spider-Man! Oh, help me! I'm drowning!
Yuck!
Yeah, definitely Spider-Man. The Venom fights. You need to use that shot.
I'm gonna drown! I'm gonna drown!
Hence why they're giving you loads of cartridges and health for this one. Come on, Venom, where are you?
Come to Papa! Not too far, little spider. Itsy spider.
Peter! The water's rising again!
Get a breath mint!
Peter! The water's rising again!
Not so fast. Spidey? Where are you? Come to Papa.
The water! Peter, the water!
Not too far, little spider.
Okay, almost got him. Almost got him. This one's definitely a fight where they obviously knew there were a few issues by the fact you've got so many power-ups. He can be a bit random where he's spawning as well.
The water! Peter, the water!
Oh, come on. Got him. There you go, Venom. We've got you.
Why, Venom? Why did you come back?
You should know, Spider-Man. The heist you pulled at the Science Expo. You're the bad guy this time.
You idiot! Think, Eddie. Think back to that day. I was with you, in the crowd. An imposter Spider-Man was on stage. He burned both of us, and now we've been played against each other.
You're right, partner.
Mary Jane!
I've got you. You and your wife are innocent, Parker. Our bad.
Our bad? Our bad? I'm gonna kill
Peter
you!
Parker! Just get me out of here now!
Bummer. You're in the doghouse now, dude.
Coming, honey. So, we're partners, but only for now. After we bust those tech thieves, it's payback time for kidnapping my wife.
Jeez, one little mistake. We said we're sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Now, the imposter was a shapeshifter, so that means it was either Mysterio or the Chameleon.
Hey, Chameleon was our idea. We thought of that.
Tell me this, Einstein. Who could have wanted to steal Octavius's technology?
Ooh, we know.
Who?
The Submariner.
Submariner? Get serious, will you?
The mighty Thor.
Are you out of your mind? Don't answer that.
Galactus.
Forget it, Eddie. I need Jameson's help on this. We're going to the Bugle.
Jameson. We hate Jameson.
You bonehead. We're not going to see Jameson. We're going to use his computer database.
Ooh, are we gonna surf the web?
Let's just go, okay?
Yeah, lots of 2000 references there. I think I'm actually getting near the end of the game. Not quite going to finish it in this stream, but good practice. Appreciate everyone on stream. Just to provide a bit more detail again in case you joined late. My name is Random Game River and I welcome you to our randomised gaming stream. I'm your host for this stream, and tonight's stream we are looking at Spider-Man on the Sega Dreamcast, which was originally released on the PS1 in 2000. It was developed by Neversoft. However, the Dreamcast port was done by Treyarch Studio, better known these days for Treyarch, better known these days for Call of Duty.
Here it is, the records room.
Surf the web, surf the web.
Shut up, Brock. We don't have time.
Parker, wait. Could it be?
Could what?
Yes. We sense our other.
Who? Sense who?
It's our other. The symbiote known as Carnage. We must stop him.
Now?
Yes, now. We have no choice.
Wait, make more noise. I'm only breaking and entering here. Spider sense tingling. Now what? Spidey, whoever's behind all this. Got symbiotes. These symbiotes must be looking for human hosts.
Plunging into battle with symbiotes other than Carnage and Venom? And hostages? Old Webhead's got his work cut out for him today.
Yeah, effectively Stan Lee sort of introduces every act, so this is the third act, I guess. We've had Mary Jane kidnapped. Poor Black Cat's been kidnapped as well.
I bet that controls the air conditioning.
Hello, deepen friendship and maintain the world peace. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, we've been playing for a while now. Yeah, this one has the late Stanley in it, which was nice to see. Doesn't have anything from Steve Ditko, the other co-creator. The artist who drew Spider-Man in the first, I think, about 30 issues. Who sort of gave Spider-Man his very distinctive look. I actually really like the early issues look of Spider-Man. It's definitely got... Okay, so, right, I need to get out of this archive. Do I need to go to the room? There's the broken window Venom jumped out of. Ironically, Stan Lee actually passed away a few months after Steve Ditko. So both the co-creators passed away in the same year. But you didn't hear much on Steve Ditto's passing, sadly. Yeah, Tomb Raider Revelations actually got... that's another one with a lot of improvements on the PS1. From what I understand, that has more improvements than the... that's completely redone with quite a lot of lighting effects, the Revelation on Dreamcast, so...
I bet that controls the air conditioning.
So the question is, how do I get into the air conditioning room? I should throw stuff at the symbiotes as they're quite nasty, actually. I've been instantly... Yeah, yeah, Tomb Raider was that. Poor Lara had a lot of us. Could get bumped off in many a way. If you weren't savaged by wolves, eaten by bears, or impaled by spikes, probably some other horrible trap. Some of the more odder deaths include her being turned to gold. Yeah, it's actually a redone version of the game. I think it's superior to the PC version, the Dreamcast one. I think there might have been... I can't remember if Digital Foundry did a video on it. There was some Tomb Raider one that did a video on it, and they said that the best version of the Last Revelations. So, Tomb Raider 5, I think, was a bit pants on Dreamcast. I think that was just a straight port. But Tomb Raider 4, they actually did enhance specifically for Dreamcast. I don't think it sold that well because everyone was a bit fed up of Tomb Raider at that point. In fact, I'm going to be brutally honest. I have never properly played a Tomb Raider other than the first game. I finished the original game loads of times, but I just never liked many of the sequels. I just felt they rushed it out, the sequel, too quickly, and then it just kind of spoiled the franchise. Turning to... Yeah. I mean, the original Tomb Raider is a brilliant game, but it's quite dark in how you can get... Basically, it's like you're just alone in a tunnel, especially Tomb, so anything can happen. But the original Tomb Raider is really, really good. Okay, the symbiotes are actually quite tricky to fight. They don't have hit stun, so...
These symbiotes must be looking for human hosts.
Plunging into battle with symbiotes other than Carnage and Venom? And hostages? Old Webhead's got his work cut out for him today.
Impact webbing needs a little more oomph.
So we have a video of the original Tomb Raider on the channel, just so you're aware, so if you want to look. Artorica. And it's the Saturn's version as well. In fact, I did a 50-60 Hz video on the subject of the various many changes, so do check it out. Because it's a case where the PAL version is quite inferior to the NTSC version.
I bet that controls the air conditioning.
How do I get in there? I'm wondering if I have to get in there right at the end of the stage.
I've never seen the place this empty.
I can get out of here now.
What is this stuff? This goo is unbreakable.
I did actually grab a US version, so I keep meaning to do a run through the original at some point. No, not a US version, the Japanese version, because that had a few changes to the PAL version. So one of these days, when I get the time, I should do a lot more long plays on the channel, but it's actually getting the time to do them. Yeah, the Resident Evil port was actually done by the studio that developed Code Veronica. Basically, it was done by, I want to say Next Tech. I'm not entirely sure. It was done by a shadow developer.
Records room.
Surf the web, surf the web.
Shut up, Brock. We don't have time.
Parker, wait, could it be?
Could what?
Yes, we sense our other.
But wow, you managed to 100% run without using health on a playthrough. That is a serious skill there, 8-bit SNK boy. And no doubt you'd get hundreds of views if you managed to do a YouTube video of it.
These symbiotes must be looking for human hosts.
Plunging into battle with
There are some very tricky moments in the original Tomb Raider. The original Tomb Raider is a wonderful game. You know, I'm actually going to ignore the symbionts.
I've never seen the place this empty.
I can get out of here now.
Oh, yeah. I bet there are no symbiotes in here either.
The fan will break me free.
Okay, this bit's quite tricky.
Here it is.
Yeah, the the Saturn was a really good machine.
Looking for human hosts.
One of the issues they had with the Dreamcast was the transition to Dreamcast to Saturn was badly done.
Venom and hostages? Old Webhead's got his work cut out for him today.
I've never seen the place this empty.
I can get out of here now.
I'm just ignoring everything, concentrating on where I need to go, because those symbionts...
Yeah. I bet there are no symbiotes in here either. Impact webbing needs a little more oomph.
Air conditioning? The fan break me free. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me.
Yeah, they also did. because they did such a good job of it. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I thought it was Nextech. It was one of the Shadow developers, but basically, because they did such a good job of the Sega Saturn version, Capcom let them do their own Resident Evil game, and that game was Code and that game was Code Veronica. So Code Veronica wasn't actually done by Capcom; it was done by Nextech.
You guys aren't ugly enough to be
because they were so impressed with the Saturn's version.
What is this stuff? Web attacks just aren't cutting it. They seem to be coming from the basement. I must have missed one of the switches.
Oh, nice 8-bit SNK, boy. I must admit, by the time we had our Saturn, it was Tomb Raider had been out for some time. In fact, we played the demos of it. We didn't get it when it first came out. It took a while before we decided to get it. Got to be a way into that room. That's obviously the switch I've got to press. It was a bit dark for you guys. I've just actually turned up the brightness a bit, even though it's getting towards the end of the stream. Properties. Yeah, that's better. Apologies, that was a bit dark earlier. So there's the last hostage. Okay, so what am I missing? Where should I... He's stuck in there. We've definitely got... So I can actually use the camera angle to spin around and see the entry point. So there's no way...
Oh, thank you,
there we
Spider-Man.
go. And there's a comic book in that one as well, so I'm just going to wait till the blade fan passes.
Golden.
Golden. So as I was saying earlier, this is definitely a very well polished title in case you sort of doubt. I think basically over the PS1 they've redone the visuals. Everything looks vastly better in this version. I mean, there are one or two things some people may not like, a few of the artistic changes, but I think largely, because when I looked at a couple of the characters, there were some slight changes between them and I thought, but largely it was a very well... Okay, so that means I should be able to... There we go, down. We can jump down.
Where are they all coming from?
I've not,
Sure
as
know
I
how to mess up
mentioned,
the
I've not
place.
really played many of the Tomb Raiders other than the first one, and I've largely just never liked parts of the franchise after the original. The original was really, really good, and then the
Elevator stopped.
sequels I always felt a bit lackluster, so I've not really played them, so I can't really pass my verdict on them.
I need to get the elevator moving again.
I know Angel of Darkness is quite unfinished, but it's, I wouldn't, from what I understand, it's not necessarily the worst one. The newer ones are a bit weird. But yeah, this looks great. The only thing I'd say disappointing about this one is that the music's not very good. Now, what am I looking for? It's kind of annoying the fact... Oh, is that a comic down there? I've got something down there. Is it a health pack? It's a health pack. Really annoying to take down those ones.
How many of them are there? Oh, what a mess. The elevator stopped. Need to get the elevator moving again.
Best I just double kicks, double punch, and then a kick on the symbiotes, so that way you kick them away from you. But yeah, I can't really say... Yeah, I have played Legends, that was good, and Anniversary was actually very good. Although I didn't like some, they cut a few things out from the original that I didn't like. I actually think the newer ones are some of the worst Tomb Raiders, the 360 ones, because they were a horror game shoehorned into Tomb Raider, and I really hate that. They're nothing to do with Tomb Raider, they're a horror game.
Me. The elevator stopped. I need to get the elevator moving again. Ah, the elevator started again. Okay, no wait, you're kidding, right? When are you guys gonna stop? Seems like the further I go, the more there are. My trap webbing doesn't seem to work on these guys. How many of them are there? My web attacks just aren't cutting it. The elevator stopped. I need to get the elevator moving. Ah, the elevator started again. Oh, I missed my floor. How many of them are there?
I must a couple of these later stages are a little bit duller than the earlier ones, but other than that, it's...
I need to get the elevator moving again. Ah, the elevator started again. Oh, I Missed my floor. I better try the other door. If there are two things symbiotes hate, it's Sonics and fire. And I'm fresh out of both. I guess I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Elevator stopped. I need to get the elevator moving again. Ah, the elevator started again. Okay, no wait, you're kidding, right? When are you guys gonna stop? Back off, slime ball. Seems like the further I go, the more there are. My web attacks just aren't cutting it. My impact webbing needs a little more oomph. Spider sense tingling. The symbiotes broke the cables.
Okay, that wasn't the way down I should have gone.
How many of them are there? Oh, what a mess. The elevator stopped. My web attacks just aren't cutting it. I need to get the elevator moving again. Impact webbing needs a little more oomph. My trap webbing doesn't seem to... Damn it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I'll give one last shot and then I'll finish tonight.
Where are they all coming from? The elevator stopped. I need to get the elevator moving again.
Yeah, the symbiotes are definitely probably the hardest bit. I mean, it's not that hard, it's just a bit frustrating. But yeah, it's not 100%.
Ah, the elevator started again.
Oh, okay, one last shot and then that's it. You've got to basically use your attacks. There's probably a trick to beating the symbiotes they haven't quite figured out yet.
Where are they all coming from?
Does usually get stuck on these cables and things like that. It's a bit irritating.
Elevator stopped. My impact webbing needs a little more. I need to get the elevator moving again. Started again. Seems like the further I go, the more there are.
Yeah, it's pretty much 3 here. You're right. It's spot on there. SNK boy, it is pretty much.
My web attacks just aren't cutting it. I better try the other one. Trap webbing doesn't seem to work on these guys. Spider sense tingling. The symbiotes broke the cables.
Okay, let's wrap it up there then, everyone. I shouldn't have got special. What's the costumes? Did I unlock any costumes? Oh yeah, got Scarlet Spidey. And I got Ben Reilly. See the levels we've got to. God. Yeah, you can't be actually. So elevator. I think we're right near the end actually. So you realise how get to the bank approach, hostage situations to the bugle, police chase, chopper, missile attack, buildings, Spidey v Rhino. Elevator descent. Yeah, we're near the end of the game actually. So yeah, it's not a big game. We've done most of it, and it's probably one I might actually do a video at some point when I get a bit of practice on. So let's just look at the gallery. Character viewer. We've got old stand. View.
Peter Parker's alter ego, the amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall crawling and web slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around.
Unlocked.
One of Spidey's most powerful enemies. Scorpion's hatred for Spidey is only overshadowed by his hatred for J. Jonah Jameson, the man he blames for getting him stuck in his armored Scorpion suit. Caused by the same accident that blinded him in youth, Matt Murdock's extrasensory powers give him all the advantage he needs to fight crime in the seedy underbelly of New York, otherwise known as Hell's Kitchen. Rhino's thick polymer matted suit gives him his extraordinary strength and makes him virtually impervious to physical harm as well as extremely dangerous.
So yeah, let's just look at. So we got the movie collector. Yeah, got all the symbiotes games covers. So yeah, we've got done 5. We've got 5 of them. Only one more to go. So Sting of the Scorpion, Rhino's Rampage. We're back. We've got the. So yeah, it shows you how, I mean, we nearly played through the whole game actually. Should actually consider. But thank you all for watching, guys. Yeah, these are all the comic books we've got. I missed out quite a few. Secret War, yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P. Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, the other creator. They both actually passed away in the same year. Steve Ditko only passed away a few months before Stan Lee, actually. Okay, guys, thank you very much. That has been this look at Spider-Man. See, there's some great comic book artwork as well here in this one. But that's it from me. I hope you all have a good night, and I'll be back Thursday to do something, or maybe, I'm not entirely sure. I might have a long play ready first play rather than the stream. We'll see how things go. But thank you all for watching. I've been your host of this randomised gaming stream, Random Game Ribbon. This has been Spider-Man on the Sega Dreamcast. Hope you've enjoyed this iconic title. It is a very classic game, but that's it from me. I will see you all very soon. We'll have more randomised gaming content, but from me it's good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And again, this has been Spider-Man. This was originally released in 2000. The Dreamcast version came out in 2001, developed by Neversoft and Treyarch Studios, and it was published by Activision, and it was based on the comic book, I think, at the time, largely. So no, this was before all the films, hence why it's such a good game. None of the tie and stuff. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you all for watching. Have a good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all very soon in the next stream. Or long play, or video, whichever we do next. And just to say, as always, if you do enjoy our video, please do consider hitting that like button. Do smash that like button. It does help with the ratages. And of course, if you enjoy our like content, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. That's it from me. See you all very soon.